Make sure you've got lots of space around you, wear something comfortable that you can move in freely, have your water bottle handy and take regular drink breaks, and don't forget you can always adapt the exercises to suit you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my video on side leaps, box leaps, whatever you want to call them. A leap that travels to the side and you look a bit like a cheerleader. So, if you haven't learned how to leap normally, that might be helpful as these are slightly more technical, difficult. Leaping forwards might be the best place to start, so I'll pop my video up here so you can watch that. But if not, let's start straight away with our side leaps. You want to move over to one side, making sure you've got lots of space, and you want your hips to be facing forwards. Side leap really uses your turn out, so make sure you stretch, do a butterfly frog stretch before, straddle stretch, so that your hips are nice and ready. Do some hip warm-ups ready for your side leaps. So we want to start facing the front with our feet, like this. One to the side, facing, hips facing forwards. We're going to do a step or change, travelling to the side, gallop, basically a gallop, over to the side. So we're doing out, in, out. Use it for power, use it for momentum, travelling that way. So, ba, ba, ba. We are then going to step this leg across, and you want it in a turned out position. So step that leg through, bam, there. In a bend, that's really important. That is where your lift is going to come from. You need to bend it in order to send yourself up in the air. Bend. From there, the back leg is going to swish forwards. Use the floor, push to swish upwards. So this leg is hitting here and this leg is hitting here at the same time. So that's what's really important in the leap. Swish this foot here and then the other one has to come up to join it in the air. Pretty hard to do in slow motion. So swish this leg and then you're landing on that leg. So it is still a leap, so it's going from one foot to the other foot. So we're going from this front foot here in a bend, swishing and landing on that foot. So from this foot to the other foot and then bringing it through. Hopefully you'll have enough momentum to keep you moving that way, keep going after your leap. So those are the feet. We're just doing gallop, step across, leap onto that other leg and bring it through. Our arms are here in the gallop, da, da, da. They're coming in and then you can either stretch out. I like to lean for my toes. Cheerleader coming out, lean for your toes. But if you want to keep this breath, here, slice your arms, boom, nice and strong, or boom. Careful not to crunch over and stretching and reaching for my toes rather than curving. Reach, or some teachers do it like this, opening up so that you've got the nice lift. Use these arms, boom, to help lift you up even more. Okay, here comes the actual leap part. So just from our step across, we've done gallop, step. This leg is swishing, pushing the floor, turning out. So just have a look at my knee. I'm not turning it in here. My knee is on top and this hip isn't twisting this way, isn't twisting here. We're boom, there. Hips facing the front, knee on top, nice and strong. The other leg is going to join it, so knee turning out, but make sure your hips don't turn there. This is an important tip. Your straddle jump, your leap, is going to hit where you can sit in straddle. So if you just want to sit on the floor in a straddle position, here, this is where you're going to be in your straddle leap. Your legs might go a bit further because you've got the momentum, but your hips won't actually go any further than that. So you want to aim to get this exact position in the air. So my hips are facing front, my knees are on top, and my legs are lifted to this position. Boom. So if you just look at it in the way that you're going, my leg isn't actually going all the way to the side in the side leap. It's going on a slight diagonal because that is where my hips will go. If you're trying to push it to the side, you're either going to get your hips twisting this way, or you're going to get this hip coming up this way. So you want to sink it down so that they're hitting front, and then push that leg up from underneath, boom, there to that diagonal. So from this position, swish, my legs going there, and the other one is coming to meet it there in the diagonal. The more you do this, the more you'll know your body and where your legs need to go, and you can feel it going up and under. Just think up and under from this leg, up and under, there. I know it's going to that diagonal. That is how far my turnout can push at the moment, up and under. You can obviously stretch to better your turnout so that you can improve that flexibility and have your legs further to the side, but don't compare yourself to anyone else. Your hips will do what your hips do. I don't have very good turnout, mine going there in a diagonal about there. I know that, I can see them, I know I can feel where they need to be, but don't push your legs because you'll get all weird twisty hips and then you'll injure yourself, and technically that's wrong. It's better to get the basics right and then work on the flexibility over time. That being said, the first leg is fine. The second leg needs to work even harder. Use these muscles to ping it in the air because this leg has to work faster so that both the legs are in the air at the same time. So the first leg swishes and then the other one has to meet it in the air and come back down again. If you're new to this, just practice jumping from one leg to the other but pinging both legs up, ping at the same time. As low as possible, just keep them low, just from the step across, trying to get them both up in the air and bringing that second leg through to finish the move. So we're just going to do a gallop, step, small ping with your legs. Small ping one more time. So we just do a gallop, step, small ping. Pinging both of them up in the air at the same time. The only difference between that and a really big side leap is the push under here and the pull from these muscles here to pull your legs up to meet in the air. You need a lot of power for that, which is why we need to use that beginning move, go for it, to then give us the momentum to lift our legs up. Squeeze here, squeeze your abs. You're going up, you're lifting up. And just like the forward sleep, we're not going to aim upwards or we might get a bit of up and down motion. We don't want to aim across to the side because we'll just stay in a flat line. We want to aim to the diagonal up there so that we have that height. We also have the travel. We have time in the air to lift our legs and come back down again. So aim for diagonally up there with everything. That's where we're heading for our leap. So we'll try and use this gallop, bend up. So bringing up that body, use the bend. Da, da, da. You want to bend to then spring off, up, and get both legs in the air at the same time. It's hard to do this and talk at the same time. Nice, and then you can work on using that, knowing where your legs need to be to swish them underneath and hold it in the air. Really go for these ones, you can't do it half, you've just got to go for it full out. Thank you so much for learning side leaps, how to side leap. If you're a beginner, I hope this has helped, and if you were stuck with your side leaps, then I hope I've given you some tips to improve them. Let me know if it's helped and what else you want to see on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.